Hi, I'm Mike Edwards. The website is diydoctor.org.uk. We are down in Wiltshire at the moment, at Bradley House in Wiltshire, Maiden Bradley. And this house is owned by the Duke of Somerset, who's asked us to come down and have a look at some restoration work. I've inherited a dog, and we're going to be putting right some pointing on some brick walls and some uneven patios and some bits and pieces that we're going to make videos of so that you can see them all over the site, and we'll be getting on with that quite quickly. I promised the Duke that I would tell you that Bradley House is available for weddings. You can hire the house for a weekend or a week's holiday or whatever. Just contact Bradley House and make the arrangements directly with the staff. But we're down here in these beautiful surroundings to hopefully make the surroundings just that little bit better, and to make sure they stay here for a few more years. So enjoy the videos. Hi, I'm Mike Edwards. The website is diydoctor.org.uk, and today we're going to be talking about it's a more construction based than DIY based fixing. It's called a hammer fixing. Some of us would call it a frame fixing, and it's used for fixing timber, or well, mostly timber, to be honest. It doesn't work so well with metal, but mostly timber to masonry surfaces when speed is of the essence and a really good fixing is required. This is in effect a giant rule plug. You can see the bite at the bottom, and the sleeve that runs up for the length of the screw. This is a number 8, which is 8mm, 100mm long, and it is, to all intents and purposes, it's a giant rule plug and a screw, except that the thread is designed to be hammered into the masonry. That's why it's called a hammer fixing. Okay, so this is for fixing frames and timber retrospectively to openings. So you drill the hole, in this case an 8mm hole, you push the plug in, then you push the hammer fix, or the screw if you like, into the hole, and then you simply hammer the whole lot home. If you look at the piece of timber that we're fixing to this stone wall today, you can see that I've already put one in down the bottom to keep it stable. That's just so that filming is a little bit easier. And then if you look up a little bit higher, you can see there's an 8mm hole that I've drilled into the timber, and that's ready to take the plug when I've drilled through that hole into the masonry. So I'm going to complete the process in one now, and we'll leave the camera running. The beautiful thing about these frame fixings is that if you have got it wrong, or you need to remove the frame afterwards, because it's essentially a screw but with a different type of thread, you can still put a screwdriver in there and undo it, and we'll show us, we'll shoot me doing that as well. Okay, so the first thing to do is to get a hammer drill with an 8mm bit, having already drilled and marked the position of your hole, and now we're going to drill straight through the timber into the wall, but the first thing that we'll have to do obviously is turn the generator on. So we'll be back in just a second and we'll get on with that. It is of course important to remember that you need to mark your drill in some way so that you're sure that you've drilled in this case the 4 inches required, or the 100mm required to take the plug and the screw. I'm going to turn the generator off now so that I don't have to shout, and then I'll show you how that we put the frame fixing in place. So you can see I've taken the plug from the screw, and now I'm simply going to push the plug into the hole. Because the hole's quite tight, which it's meant to be, we're going to push the plug right the way through into the hole we've just drilled in the stone, and then simply push the screw into there. Now here's the easy bit. All we do now is hammer that in place, and there we have an absolutely solid frame fixed piece of timber. Okay, now I did say that if you made a mistake or you wanted to move the timber, perhaps it's just a temporary piece of timber, we can simply use a screwdriver to undo it, and indeed put it back. It's a very simple piece of kit, not too expensive, and it allows you to drill straight through the timber into the surface, hammer it in place, very, very quick, very, very easy. We use them on site a lot simply because of speed, and it doesn't compromise the strength of the job either. So that's how we do things at DIY Doctor. Thank you.